Thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Wife is not just Mrs. Pastor. She shouldn't be described from the angle of being Mrs. Pastor. And rightly, if they are not called by God and if they feel they just need to concentrate on family, they shouldn't be judged. A pastor's wife should not be judged for just concentrating on her family. Probably she doesn't know how, or how to fulfill her role, or how to learn how to become to do her job role. She shouldn't be judged. Proverb 31 woman is a woman of virtue who is active in her home, community, and career. I want to encourage you, if you're a pastor's wife, just know that you're a Proverb 31 woman. You should be very active in church, you should be very active at home, and you should be very active in your career and community. So do not let anybody tell you down. Do not let anybody tear you apart. Do not let anybody judge you because you do not know how to fulfill your role. So we'll be talking about how to fulfill a role as a pastor's wife. So on the other hand, some pastors' wives are not given the opportunity to use their gifts. Some of them are not given an opportunity to use their gifts. Some of them are not able to serve, but probably they are not being respected and appreciated for what they contribute. She's just a pastor's wife. Some say this is very unfair and hurtful when people say she's just a pastor's wife. A pastor's wife is more than Mrs. Pastor. Her primary identity is not as a pastor's wife, but her primary identity is a Christ follower. She is in Christ, and God has created her as a valuable person. So it is important to recognize that she's a valuable person, and she has her own personalities and gifts. So she should be respected. She should be recognized for this and given space to express, her unique talent and gift. So we ought to give them space to express their unique talent and gift. She may be called by God to serve in the church, either as a volunteer or as a paid staff. It's all up to the role, and it's all up to the church leaders, and it's also up to the pastor's wife if she wants to be paid or if she wants to volunteer. So she shouldn't be judged by that. Well, so while we go through this journey, regardless of whether or not a pastor's wife has an official place or ministry in church, she will have a very important background ministry that ought to be highly respected. Pastor's wife is not just Mrs. Pastor. She shouldn't be described